This is Sylvia Saber with OpTv Global Headlines. Starting with the top international stories for the day. Pakistan is working with regional powers to ensure a political settlement in neighboring Afghanistan and avert a potential civil war following the US pullout. Pakistan's Prime Minister said all neighboring countries should play their role to save Afghanistan from civil war. He added, warning that such conflict would destroy Pakistan's trade with Central Asian states. Pakistan's President Arif Alvi conferred highly prestigious military award, the Nishane-e-Imtiyaz, on the commander of the Turkish land forces, General Ahmet Dündar, in country's capital, Islamabad, according to the ISPR. The ceremony was told that General Dündar is a sincere and close friend of Pakistan who played a role in the strengthening of Pakistan-Turkish ties. Dündar also visited Pakistan Army headquarters in the garrison city of Rawalpindi to meet Army Chief General Qamar Javed Bajwa. 4 more bodies have been found in the debris of a partially collapsed Miami area building, bringing the total confirmed dead to 28. The bodies were found after suspended search and rescue efforts resumed following the managed demolition of the remaining part of Champlain Towers South Complex. United States forces have shot down an armed drone above their embassy in Baghdad, Iraqi security officials said. US took action hours after a rocket attack on a base housing US soldiers in the west of the country. After American troops withdrew without notifying them, Afghan soldiers guarding the Bagram air base have been left with thousands of Taliban prisoners and a certainty that the enemy will attack. The new commander of the Bagram base said that the lack of a clear handover or transition plan appears to have been made the task even more challenging, and we are trying to do the best and as much as possible secure and serve all the people. The Afghan Taliban has plans to present a written peace proposal to the Afghan government side as soon as next month. A spokesperson of the Afghan insurgent group said that although we, Taliban, have the upper hand on the battlefield, we are very serious about talks and dialogue. Israel's parliament is set to vote on whether to renew a temporary law that bars Palestinians in Israel from extending citizenship or even residency to spouses from the occupied West Bank and Gaza. Critics and many left-wing and Arab lawmakers say it's a racist measure aimed at restricting the growth of Israel's Arab minority. Up next, we have the national updates. Prime Minister Imran Khan visited Gwadar and inaugurated the Gwadar Free Zone Phase 2 and Expo Center, Agriculture Industrial Park, and 3 factories for the development of Balochistan. Mr. Khan claimed that Gwadar International Airport would boost regional trade and increase economic activity. The Pakistani government is going to set an agenda for talks with Balochistan nationalists, revealed Information Minister Fawad Chaudhry. The Balochistan government's development package for this year alone is Rs 180 billion, he added. Prime Minister Imran Khan holds Balochistan close to his heart, he added. Ambassador of Pakistan in Kabul and the Embassy of Pakistan have made effective arrangements for around 4,000 Pakistanis stranded in Afghanistan due to the closure of flights to Saudi Arabia. On the directives of Prime Minister Imran Khan, these Pakistanis are being provided a decent place for temporary stay at the embassy. Pakistan has housed its Afghan brothers, but now it is time for them to return, Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi has said. His remarks come days after investigators discovered that an Afghan with Indian connections was behind a bomb blast attack in Lahore. The thinking in Islamabad is that now the US troops withdrawal is about to wrap up, Afghans in Pakistan should return. The Election Commission of Pakistan has questioned the incompetence of PPP leader Senator Yusuf Raza Gilani in the disqualification petition. The Election Commission summoned Captain Jamil and Fahim Khan in person at the next hearing. Keeping in view the worsening situation of COVID-19, the Torkham border crossing with Afghanistan has been closed, said Interior Minister Sheikh Rashid. In his tweet, Sheikh Rashid said that the Torkham border crossing will remain closed till further orders from the National Command and Operations Center. Up next, we have the health updates. After the intense Israeli attacks in Gaza in May, the cases of post-traumatic stress disorder among children have shown an alarming spike, with 91% of children being diagnosed with PTSD. According to the Euro-Mediterranean Human Rights Monitor, if left untreated, traumatized children are likely to have difficulty in school, they become isolated and develop phobias. Pakistan's daily coronavirus caseload went below the 1,000 cases in a day mark for the first time in 6 days. Another 25 people died of coronavirus in Pakistan in the last 24 hours, pushing the national death tally since the pandemic started to 22,452, while Pakistan's positivity rate is currently at 2.22%. Pfizer and BioNTech vaccines are 70% effective against the highly contagious Delta variant of COVID-19, according to a study conducted in Israel. The Hebrew University's research finding is compared to the 95% rate of effectiveness of the vaccine against earlier virus strains. Up next, we have the sports updates. The Pakistan cricket team's preparations for the 3-match ODI series against England have been marred by wet weather, says bowling coach Waqar Yunus. Pakistan has rarely gotten a full-day practice session because of rain and wet weather. The preparations have not been ideal for the ODI series, he added, but Yunus is pleased to see his key bowlers gaining rhythm and form. England paceman James Anderson claimed his 1,000th first-class wicket during a career-best spell of 719 for Lancashire against Kent in the county championship. England Cricket tweeted an emoji of a goat, which has become shorthand for greatest of all time, adding congratulations on 1,000 first-class wickets. Brazil reached the Copa American final after a first-half goal from Lucas Paqueta. His second in 2 games gave them a 1-0 win over Peru. Argentina and Colombia will play the other semi-final on Tuesday. Only Lionel Messi's team can match Brazil's campaign so far with 5 wins in 6 Copa America matches. Up next, we have the business updates. Pakistan has ranked 3rd in The Economist's Global Normalcy Index out of 50 countries. The Economist's Normalcy Index aims to determine which countries are returning to their pre-pandemic levels by grading each country using 8 indicators: time not at home, retail, office use, public transport, road traffic, flights, cinema, and sports attendance. Pakistan has ranked 3rd with a 84.4 out of 100, while Hong Kong tops the list with a ranking of 96.3, and New Zealand has ranked in 2nd with 87.8. Pakistani jewelers are unhappy as the country has decided to strictly monitor the purchase and selling of gold. The State Bank's Financial Monitoring Unit and the FBR's Special Anti-Money Laundering Financing Unit have been activated, asking merchants about their investments and purchase. Reports suggest that the step has been taken on the conditions set by the FATF. Saudi Arabia will invest over $133.34 billion in airport, seaport, rail, and other infrastructure by the end of the decade in a bid to make the kingdom a global transportation and logistics hub. The strategy is the latest economic policy to put Riyadh in competition with United Arab Emirates, the region's business, trade, and tourism hub. Up next, we have the updates on science and technology. Singapore researchers have developed a smart foam material that allows robots to sense nearby objects and repairs itself when damaged, just like human skin. AI foam is a highly elastic polymer that lowers surface tension. While to replicate the human sense of touch, the researchers infused the material with microscopic metal particles and added tiny electrodes underneath the surface of the foam. Battling to save Italy's Brisina glacier from further shrinking, climate experts are covering it with long stripes of cloth. The covering will reflect the sun's rays and prevent the snow beneath from melting. Scientists estimated that about 70% of the snow can be saved over the summer with the protective covering, which works in the same way. That's all from this bulletin. For more updates, do stay with us and keep watching OpTv Global.